Hey guys, Jeff here from the Mechanuts YouTube channel. Back bringing you another working man's tool review. Today I'm bringing you the Earthquake XT half-inch extreme torque air impact wrench. I've had this thing for over a year now and used it quite a bit. Have not been let down by it. It's got some interesting features we can check out here. You know, it talks about this being able to swap from forward and reverse with just one hand. It's a little too heavy for that in my opinion. I mean, you're definitely not going to have it in place like this and be able to do that because it kind of locks your thumb up. So that's a bit of a fallacy. You might be able to go from forward to reverse, but you're not going to go back without moving the tool, flipping it upside down, and then using your thumb to hit it, because you can't hold it with your thumb and actuate the button at the same time. It's just not going to happen. It's got the 3 settings, so that's basically flow settings there. You've got 1, 2, and 3. And I can tell you from experience that if it's set on 3, that it needs at least 6 CFM of air to be flowing constantly for it to work. My compressor puts out 6.5 at 90 PSI, which is just a little bit over what this calls for, so it works just fine. I had no problems. The button on it feels kind of cheap. It's a plastic button. And the exhaust port on the bottom here is all plastic. But it is the bottom exhaust and there is a filter on it. So it is actually pretty quiet. It doesn't blow stuff up in your face like some others would do. I have had a bit of trouble with the actual ring on the end here when I'm putting a socket on there. Sometimes it doesn't want to go on and sometimes it doesn't want to come off. And I'm guessing that's either a mild defect or it's just me not having enough experience putting them on and off, but I don't think that's it. I think it's just, well, maybe it's a mixture of both. It's definitely a bit of a pain in the ass to get them on and off though. And I've used, 10 or 12 others in the past and never had that much of an issue getting them on and off. So maybe there's something going on with this one, but I've been able to use it, so no real complaints beyond that. I went ahead and put a swivel on it when I first got it. That does not come on it, but that's no big deal. It's just a couple of bucks. It's got the rubber around it, so it's not dinging stuff up, and they say it's supposed to be so you can drop it and it doesn't hurt it, but I wouldn't suggest it. It's just a really thin piece of rubber that's around. The whole body's composite, so all the weight's at the top. Other than that, I've used this to take off lug nuts. I've used it to take off motor mounts. Used it for quite a few things. So it does as described. It's definitely got a lot of torque. I didn't run across anything that it couldn't take off of a 36-year-old pickup truck. We're talking things, bolts that had never been taken off before, and it zipped right through. No problems there. It's a pretty good looking unit, but looks don't really matter when it comes to tools. But again, I've done reviews in the past and talked about how I like how Makita stuff looks. So, I won't lie and say that it's not a great added bonus when the tool is put together well, and you can tell by looking at it. Everybody seems to love these. They're on sale right now at Harbor Freight for right at, I believe, $100, and it's definitely worth the money. As you can see, it advertises 1,190 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. It's a twin hammer mechanism. Like I said, that one-handed push button forward reverse thing is really kind of, no, not for real. It takes either moving the tool around or using 2 hands regardless. Lightweight, durable composite design, not really. not really at all. It's still a pretty heavy tool. Ultra silent. I really don't think it's any more quiet than a Snap-on or any of the other higher end name brands, but then we are talking about a $100 tool that competes with those, so not bad at all. Protective rubber jacket to keep tool clean and protected. Well, I don't know what they mean about keeping it clean. Metal stays a heck of a lot cleaner than rubber ever thought to. Oh, and the plastic would stay cleaner than the rubber. But I guess the protection part of it maybe makes some sense. Really, I just think it's another added gimmick, but it is what it is. It does make it kind of nice to pick up if you're not picking it up from the handle. It won't slip out of your hand as easy. It's model number EQ12XT. But this is the one that Harbor Freight sells pretty much all the time. You can always go up there, and a lot of times you can find it on sale. I think when I bought it, I paid $90 for it, to be honest. So it's a decent little tool for the price. It gets the job done. I haven't had any problems out of it. No complaints whatsoever. Might as well go ahead and pick one up. If you don't like it, you could always take it back. You know, just make sure you're gonna do that on a day where you're actually gonna use it. Don't let it sit for a couple of weeks and then decide, oh, well, let me go test it out and see if it works, and you've already went past your return date. In our review of the Earthquake XT, I'll pick you one up. They're actually pretty decent. Please like, subscribe, give me a comment, let me know what's going on with you. I actually like reading them, and I'll probably get back with you. Let me start a conversation.